Hello everybody, this is the end of day 14, Tuesday, and we did a 6.7 today out of Dix Creek Gap, climbing up towards the North Carolina-Georgia border. I wanted to get there and camp at Bly Creek, but unfortunately we decided to pull up a little bit early for today. It was a hard up, a lot more up than down today, and a lot of it was very steep. Even though it was you'd use switchbacks, it was just brutal. Hard on the knees today. You can see there's a lot of bugs and gnats and flies and everything else. That is very warm today. Set records down in Hiawassee, I think 78 degrees, something crazy. Although a cold front's coming, it's going to be dropping back down. I did get some videos posted on YouTube eventually last night. I had to use a lot of my cellular data to do that. And even though I had done the verification process so that Google would let me post longer videos in 15 minutes, apparently that was part of the problem. So then everything got out of queue when I went back and tried to fix the day 1 through 5 and split it up and make it less than the 15 minutes. And so when I did that, everything got out of queue. So everything is all racked and stacked in YouTube. Different than the chronological order, but hopefully that'll fix that problem if I keep everything short and sweet. So anyway, beautiful day here today. Beautiful hiking this morning. Got a little hot this afternoon. Gear's holding up real well. Oh, these Smart Wool shirts. Really love them. Even when they get wet, they still keep me dry. I mean, keep me warm. But I got holes forming all over in the back of them and tears from the backpack tearing it up. So 2 weeks is about all that a Smart Wool shirt will last as a backpacking shirt. So, but man, it doesn't stink. That's so nice. You don't have that really sweaty, reeky, ammonia-y smelling clothes that you get with the synthetics. So anyway, just a quick update. Tomorrow we should be able to hit the border and start walking towards Franklin, Tennessee. Gonna be a long haul. The guy that I'm with still didn't buy a guidebook. Still didn't get himself a stove. Still didn't get himself any fuel. Still didn't do a resupply with any food. So he's pretty much on snacks and a couple of some ramen noodles and maybe some potatoes. That's all he's got. And of course, mooching off me for my fuel. So we'll see how that goes. I told him I'd get him to the border. And after that, I was doing my own hike. I told him that on Sunday. So tomorrow's the day where, if I can, I've got to make some distance and move on with my own hike. But at the same time, just 6.7 I did today was just about it. So anyway, miss all of my family. Hi to my grandchildren. Love you guys. Take care. Bye. Well, good morning, everybody. This is beginning of day 15 using the Sony Action Cam backpack mount. I've actually had the mount off the backpack for a while because it was irritating me. And I thought today I'd put it back on a little bit. The guy that I've been hiking with has finally moved ahead of me since I was so slow this morning, which is okay because I want to sleep in a little bit. And I think I should be allowed to do that. So I'm coming out of a campsite with a pipe spring, about 2.2 miles short of the North Carolina-Georgia border. So today is a very momentous day. It's a big goal. 35% of the thru-hikers that start out don't even make it this far. So I think that's fairly monumentous in its significance. And of course, a lot of people get into Franklin really quick because after the border is 35 miles of nothing. I'm not sure there's any major road crossings. There is, maybe it's only one. And I'm with right now. Once again, you know, he hinted that he wanted to have a warm breakfast this morning. He wanted me to cook it for him. I ignored him. I told him he should get himself a guidebook and a pot and a stove. Heck, he didn't have a lighter. How can you go backpacking in the wilderness and not have some very essential basics like the ability to collect and boil water? You know, sometimes your filter doesn't work anymore, or you lose it. Well, kind of smoking. They're right here in the Appalachians. You honestly could probably selectively take water from pipe springs without too much chance of Giardia, but still, I'm not even having a lighter. How can you go into the woods without a lighter or some sort of ability to make fire? Anyway, just giving you a little bit of what the trail looks like. Typically, coming out of resupplies, you climb heavy, which we did yesterday. Seems like coming out of camp, you always, as you're by a stream, you're almost always climbing as you leave. And this is your typical, a little bit of wind this morning. We had a 50% chance of rain. And I don't know. For a while there, I was thinking we were going to get it. Now I'm not quite so sure. Anyway, we'll see you in a little bit as we get closer to the border. Simply can't seem to be able to turn it off. Well, we just finished up a ceremony at the border, and put some ashes down for a friend of Clark's, and now we're heading up towards Bly Gap, where we will hopefully find that famous tree. It's one of the most photographed trees in the world, or at least on the AT. Maybe it's the world, I can't quite remember, but it's a pretty famous tree. The story behind it is there's several of them along this trail. The Indians, to mark their blaze, instead of doing what we do with paint or by, you know, marring the bark, they would just take a tree and bend it down and tie it so it'd be like a loop. Eventually, that tree would then, grow that way, and then it would turn and head up. So, this is where we could have come to camp last night. Looks like everybody's cleared out. Water to the right. Camping. Oh yeah. Nice pipe spring there. See that? I like that. Makes it really easy to fill the water pouches. For filtering. Alright. One thing I didn't ever check when I was doing my pre-walks of this camera on this backpack mount was we're using walking sticks. I have no idea if this one left stick is continuing to get up into the camera or not. Alright. Double blaze. Top one favors the right. I mean, we should be looking for a turn here. So, let's see what we got coming up. I'll keep you with me to the top here, just for grins and giggles. Grins and giggles. Grins and giggles. Well, we used to say it differently in the military, but I'm really trying to get rid of some of those euphemisms that were probably a little more inappropriate. Well, that's the first time I've seen a sign that says Appalachian Trail. That's interesting. keep you with me to the top here. It was windy up here camping last night. Alright, there's our white blaze. And now we're back on the right way. And we didn't get sidetracked. In the meantime, oh wait a minute, here's the tree. Just wait for a minute here. Here's the tree. It's Bly Gap. Most famous trees there is. It's photographed. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Well, I'll leave you, and we'll see you in a minute. All right, this is the kind of good water source you like to come across on the AT. Nice flowing, nice and cool, shady. And if you don't have a natural downflow, you can make one with a leaf. As you can see right there. Awesome, isn't it? All right, here we are. Finally made it, North Carolina-Georgia border. Goodbye, Georgia, one state down. Oh, I can't remember how many more to go. 13, 14? 13 more to go. All right, anyway, here we are. Clark's gonna do a little ceremony now, and we'll go from there. Bye. All right, we're at the end of day 15. We camped in a little campsite with a pipe stream last night. No rain this morning, although it was definitely threatening it when we took off. Not a bad climb, not a bad trail, all the way to Bly Gap rather, and the Georgia-Carolina border there. Got a couple of pictures of the famous crooked tree there at Bly Gap. And then, boy, we had a grueling climb, almost straight up. It seemed like Courthouse Bald was the name of the rise. It was a pretty good event to try and get up there. Really wore us out. Was tempted to stop at the first shelter, which is Muskrat Creek. That was about six or so in, 5 in, maybe only 5 in. Seemed like a little soon to stop, so I wanted to keep going, and the terrain elevation wasn't too bad. So we managed to make it here to Standing Indian Shelter. Actually it's quite far up, but it's still more at the base of Standing Indian Mountain. We've still got another 1,500 feet to climb tomorrow. But it's a beautiful night tonight. The shadows are getting long. Might get a little cold tonight. Might get a little windy. But it should be good. And I should have some good hiking for tomorrow. So anyway, more in the morning. See you later, guys. And Godspeed.